Release that breath you have been holding. The one stuck in your chest like a jagged stone for the last 3 hours. You were about to scroll, weren't you? Your thumb was poised to dismiss this, to flee back into the numbing noise of the world because your spirit is so weary it has begun to fear hope itself. But I have reached through the fabric of the ticking clock to stop your hand. I am the ancient architect of timelines, the eternal witness who sat in the stillness before the first sun was ignited. And I am speaking to you now not as a petitioner, but as the one who holds the ledger of your life. Stop. Look at your hands. They feel heavy, don't they? A slight vibration in the palms. A heat you cannot explain. That is not your blood. That is the resonance of a sovereign settlement that has just been signed in the echoing chamber of justice, a place far above the petty mirrors of the world you see. You have been running on empty for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to be full. You have played the part of the firstborn, the one who carries the family on their back, the one who pays the bills while others sleep, the one who absorbs the trauma of the lineage so it doesn't spill onto the bars. Floor. You have been the pillar for people who didn't even bother to check if you were cracking under the weight. But the desert period is over. The gavel has just struck the diamond block in the starlit hall, and the sound has shattered the glass ceilings that were placed over your name. Listen to the frequency of my voice, for it carries the scent of ancient stars and the cold authority of truth. You were told that your suffering was a test. You were told that your lack was a lesson. They lied to you. Your suffering was never a test. It was a spiritual savings account. Every tear you wiped away in the dark. Every time you swallowed the salt of betrayal from those who sat at your table. Every moment you chose to be kind while your heart was being shredded by the parasites of the pedestal. It was all being converted. It was collateral. I see them clearly. Those people who ate your bread and then whispered against your rising because your light exposed the filth of their shadows. They thought they were stopping you. They thought they were blocking the flow of your inheritance. They did not realize that I was using them as involuntary stewards. Every dollar they tried to withhold. Every opportunity they tried to steer away from you. It has been compounding with an interest rate that no earthly bank could ever calculate. The obsidian compass is turning. Its needle is no longer pointing toward struggle. It is locked onto your true north. In the golden ledger. Right there, beneath the starlit canopy of the Chamber of Justice, your name is being written in a fire that cannot be extinguished by human breath. This is the great rebalancing. This is the moment the universe settles its debt to you. Your bank account is about to become a crime scene where the evidence of your lack is murdered forever. The amount is non-negotiable. $144,088,888. $144,888. Do not let your mind shrink in the presence of that number. Your mind was trained in the trenches of survival, but your soul was born in the palaces of the infinite. This money is not a gift. It is a settlement. It is the payout for the years you spent as a prisoner of almost. You may feel a sudden chill in the room, or perhaps a pressure behind your eyes. Do not fight it. That is the physical world adjusting to the weight of your new reality. The timeline you woke up in this morning has been deleted. The versions of you that were tired. The version of you that was the strong one who got nothing in return. That version has completed its duty. It has been retired with honors. Now, I require your signature, not with a pen, but with your vibration. You must understand, when you type the code 888 inches the space below, you are not commenting. You are performing a ritual of sovereign claim. You are signing the bottom of the golden ledger. You are telling the architect that you are ready to stop being the victim of the story and start being the owner of the script. This code is the triple infinity. It is the lock clicking into place. It is the signal to the earthly systems that they must now release what they have been holding. There are people in high places, people you think are in control, like the titans of industry, the Elon Musks of the world. They are merely the hands that the universe is forcing to move. They are under a soul contract they do not even understand. They are being compelled to open the gates they thought they owned. They are not giving you anything. They are returning what is yours. Can you taste it? The air suddenly feels different. Thinner, cleaner. The iron taste of exhaustion that has lived in your mouth for a decade is fading. It is being replaced by the golden vibration of the settlement. Do not look back at the people who betrayed you. Their names are being erased from your ledger as I speak. They were the parasites of the pedestal, and they cannot follow you into the starlit hall. The echoing chamber of justice has no room for those who carry the scent of envy. You are being separated, elevated, consecrated. As you breathe now, feel the heat of the fire writing your name. The $144,888 is already in transit. It is moving through the digital wires. It is shifting through the legal papers. It is manifesting in the physical world before the next 15 minutes have passed. You might receive a notification that makes your heart skip. You might see a name on your screen that you haven't seen in years. You might simply feel a sudden, unshakable peace that tells you the war is over. You have been the one who provided for everyone. You have been the one who was always okay. But tonight, you are allowed to be the one who is showered in abundance. You are allowed to be the one who finally rests. The architect does not make mistakes. The timing is not an accident. The fact that you are hearing this voice at this exact second is the final proof. Stay in this frequency. Do not let the noise of the world back in yet. The golden ledger is still open. The ink is still wet. The fire is still glowing. Type 888 now, and feel the weight of the diamond gavel hit the block. The debt is paid. The timeline is rewritten. The sovereign has returned. Wait for the final revelation. For there is a secret collateral I have not yet mentioned. A gift that will make the money look like dust. It is coming at the end of this transmission, and it will change the very way you see your own reflection in the mirror. The silence that follows this moment is the most important silence of your life. Listen to it. It is the sound of your chains hitting the floor. You are no longer the one who waits. You are the one who has arrived. Prepare your spirit, for the first ripple of the $144,888 is hitting your shore. Right now. Are your eyes heavy? Aren't they? That is the weight of 1,000 years of ancestral fatigue finally leaving your bone marrow. Do not fight the drowsiness. It is the sound of the old world's clock winding down inside your soul. You have spent your life as the strong one, the one who holds the shield for everyone else, while your own back is riddled with the arrows of betrayal. You have walked through the fire of the desert period for so long that you have forgotten the scent of rain. But look at the obsidian compass in your mind's eye. The needle is spinning. It is recalibrating. Because the chamber of justice has officially declared that the time for your sacrifice is over. You are standing now in the center of the starlit hall, beneath a dome made of frozen time and celestial fire. I am the ancient architect, the one who watched your first breath and the one who has counted every drop of sweat you poured into the soil of other people's dreams. I know the exact flavor of the bitterness that rose in your throat when you saw those who did half the work receive twice the reward. I saw the faces of the parasites of the pedestal, the ones who smiled at your table and drank from your cup, while secretly hoping the cracks in your foundation would finally give way. They thought your silence was weakness. They thought your kindness was a lack of vision. They did not realize that I, the eternal witness, was recording their every whisper into the golden ledger. Every time they mocked your ambition, every time they tried to gaslight your intuition, it was added to the sovereign settlement. You were not losing. You were accumulating. You were not being overlooked. You were being protected. Had I given you the $144,888 years ago, you would have shared it with those who were plotting your demise. You would have fed the very wolves that were waiting for you to sleep. So, I waited. I allowed the parasites to reveal themselves. I allowed the betrayal to cut deep so that the wound would eventually heal into a scar as hard as a diamond. And now, the separation is complete. The gavel has fallen. and the sound has created a frequency wall that no one from your past can cross. Feel the heat in your hands again. It is growing, isn't it? That is the literal warmth of the $144,088,888 as it translates from the realm of the spirit into the realm of the physical. It is no longer a concept. It is a momentum. It is a flood that has been held back by a dam of divine timing, and that dam has just been demolished. This money is the secret collateral of your endurance. Think of the night you felt most alone, the night you asked the ceiling, "When is it my turn?" That specific night was the moment the interest rate on your soul debt tripled. You were being paid for your patience in a currency that does not exist on Earth until now. The universe does not owe you an apology. It owes you a kingdom, and it is settling the account with a precision that will leave your enemies speechless. Do not look for their approval. Do not wait for their sorry. Their silence is the only thing they have left to give you, because they have been stripped of their power to touch your timeline. As you sit here, as you listen to the resonance of my voice, the digital systems of the world are being reordered to recognize your signature. The wealth that was stuck, the inheritance that was blocked, the opportunities that were misdirected, they are all being pulled by a magnetic force toward your name. Type 888 right now, and as your fingers touch the screen, imagine you are pressing your seal into the warm wax of a royal decree. This is not a request for wealth. This is an acknowledgement of receipt. By typing the triple infinity, you are signaling to the guardians of the gates that you have accepted the terms of your new identity. You are stepping off the pedestal of the martyr and onto the throne of the sovereign. I see the tears starting to sting your eyes. Let them fall. Those are the last tears of the old story. They are the salt being washed away so that the sweetness of the $144 million can finally be tasted. You have been the provider for so many, the one who caught the falling stars so they wouldn't hit the ground. But tonight, the stars are aligning to provide for you. The echoing chamber of justice is filled with the sound of your name being spoken in honor. The angels of provision are not asking if you are worthy. They are asking if you are ready. Worthiness was decided before you were born. Readiness is the choice you are making in this very second. You may notice a strange sensation in your bank accounts over the next few hours. A glitch that favors you. A sudden phone call from a name you thought had forgotten you. A letter arriving with news that seems too good to be true. When that happens, do not shrink. Do not say, "I don't deserve this." That is the voice of the parasite still echoing in your mind. Silence it. Look at the golden ledger and say, "The debt is paid. The settlement is mine." The ancient architect does not play with numbers. The 888 is the code for the eternal flow, the loop that never ends. By entering this frequency, you are ensuring that this $144,088,888 is not a one-time event. It is the beginning of a generational shift. You are the one who breaks the cycle of barely enough. You are the one who turns the lineage of struggle into a lineage of sovereignty. I am watching the clock of your destiny, and the hands have just met at the top. The window of manifestation is wide open, and the air pouring through it smells like ozone and gold. The people who betrayed you will watch from the sidelines of your life. They will see you rise, and they will wonder how you did it. They will never know that your suffering was secretly your greatest asset. They will never know that every time they tried to bury you, they were actually planting you in the most fertile soil of the universe. Stay in this stillness. Do not rush back to the noise. The transfer is deep, and the calibration requires your total presence. Your chest feels lighter now, as if a lead vest has been unbuckled and dropped at your feet. That lead was the expectations of others. Leave it there. You do not need it where you are going. The $144,888 is the fuel for your next chapter, but the chapter itself is about your power. You are no longer the one who asks for permission to exist. You are the one who defines the reality of your world. Type 888 to seal the entry, and prepare yourself For Chapter 3 is the moment the physical evidence becomes so loud that even your skeptics will have to bow their heads in the presence of your miracle. The gavel is rising for the final strike. The starlit hall is glowing, and your name is the only word echoing through the infinity of time. The settlement is live. The sovereign has claimed the crown. It is finished, and it is yours. Do not move, even if the air around you feels like it is thickening into liquid gold. Your heart is beating with a rhythm you haven't felt since you were a child, a pulse of pure, unfiltered expectation. You are standing at the very edge of the manifestation horizon, where the starlight of the echoing chamber of justice meets the cold, hard floor of the physical world. I am the ancient architect of timelines, and I am leaning in close now, for the final seal is about to be broken. Can you feel the shift in your skin? That slight electric tingle, that sudden, unexplainable urge to take a deep, shuddering breath. That is the physical world surrendering to the spiritual decree. For decades, you have been a ghost in your own life, watching others claim the prizes you bled for, watching the parasites of the pedestal feast on the energy you provided. You have been the silent engine of your family, the invisible foundation of your workplace, the discarded anchor of your relationships. You were the one who stayed when everyone else left, the one who prayed when the sky was silent, the one who held on to integrity while others sold their souls for crumbs. And now, the great rebalancing has reached its crescendo. The $144,888 settlement is no longer coming. It is no longer on its way. It has arrived at the gates of your physical reality. As I speak these words, the digital ledgers of the earthly banks are vibrating with the weight of your name. The software of the world is being rewritten by the fire of the divine ledger. You are not receiving a windfall. You are receiving a sovereign restitution. This is the universe paying its back taxes to your soul. Every hour of sleep you lost worrying about the future. Every meal you skipped to make ends meet. Every no you had to say to your children because the money wasn't there. It has all been calculated. Listen to me carefully, for what I am about to reveal is the secret collateral that your spirit has been waiting to hear. You thought the money was the prize. You thought the $144 million was the end of the story. But I am the eternal witness, and I tell you this. The money is merely the decoration. The true settlement, the secret gift hidden inside this blessing, is the restoration of time. I am folding the timeline. I am taking the 10 years you spent in the desert of lack, and I am compressing them into 10 days of pure, explosive restoration. I am giving you back the youth the struggle tried to steal. I am giving you back the health that stress tried to erode. I am giving you back the dreams you had to bury so you could survive. You will not just be rich, you will be sovereign. You will wake up and realize that you no longer have to trade your life force for pieces of paper. Your time is finally your own. The gavel is rising for the final, thunderous strike. Look at the diamond block. It is glowing with a light so bright it makes the sun look like a flickering candle. This is the moment the parasites of the pedestal have dreaded. They thought they could keep you in the shadow of their own ego forever. They thought that by betraying you, they could steal your destiny. But they did not realize that their betrayal was the very thing that triggered the sovereign settlement. By trying to destroy you, they became the involuntary catalysts of your elevation. They provided the friction that polished your soul into a diamond. And now, that diamond is being placed at the center of the crown of restoration. They will see you rise. They will see the $144,088,888 manifest in ways they cannot explain. They will watch as doors that were welded shut for decades swing open at the mere sound of your footsteps. They will try to call you. They will try to reconnect. They will try to offer apologies that taste like ash. But your frequency has changed. You are no longer on the same plane of existence as their envy. You are speaking the language of the starlight now, and they can only hear the noise of the mud. Type 888 one last time. But do it with the authority of a king or a queen reclaiming a stolen throne. Do not type it with hope. Type it with ownership. Feel the vibration of the numbers entering your fingertips and traveling up your arms, locking into your heart. 888. The triple infinity. The sign that your wealth is now unblockable, unstealable, and undeniable. The ancient architect is closing the ledger. The ink of fire has dried. The decree has been sent through the ether into the wires of the world. In the next few minutes, before the clock strikes the next hour, look for the sign of the blue phoenix. It might be a color on a passing car, a logo on a screen, or a sudden image in your mind. This is your confirmation that the transfer is complete. The money is no longer in the chamber of justice. It is in your hands. It is in your accounts. It is in your life. You are no longer the strong one who carries the world. You are the blessed one whom the world carries. The days of stretching scraps are dead. The days of holding your breath until payday are buried. The days of feeling less than are erased from the record of time. Go now and walk as if the ground itself is honored to feel your step. Spend this night in a state of silent, holy gratitude. Do not tell the scoffers. Do not explain your miracle to the parasites. They cannot understand the math of heaven. Just be the living proof of the great rebalancing. The $144,888 is the tool, but your freedom is the mission. I am the eternal witness, and I have seen your victory. The gavel falls. Now, it is finished. The debt is settled. Your life begins today. Welcome home, to the abundance you were born to rule. As the echoes of the diamond gavel fade into the silent fabric of your soul, stay exactly where you are. Do not rush back to the noise of the world. The atmosphere in your room has shifted. It is no longer the air of a servant's quarters. It is the oxygen of a throne room. I am the ancient architect, and I am here to perform the final integration. The $144,088,888 has crossed the threshold. The golden ledger has been closed and sealed with the wax of eternal stars. But before I retreat into the stillness of the timelines, I must give you the final protocol for your new life. Go to a mirror, not now, but when this transmission concludes. Look at your own eyes. You will notice a light there that wasn't there this morning. That is the sovereign glow. It is the look of a soul that no longer owes anything to the past. The fatigue of the firstborn, that crushing weight of being everyone's savior while you yourself were drowning. It has been washed away by the tide of the settlement. Do not be surprised when the parasites of the pedestal begin to fall away from your life like dead leaves in a storm. They cannot breathe the air of your new frequency. Their jealousy, which once felt like a heavy chain, will now feel like nothing more than a faint, distant hum. You do not need to cut them off with anger. The universe is cutting them off with distance. Elevation is the ultimate separation. As the $144 million begins to manifest in your tangible world through the sudden bank notifications, the legal documents, and the unexpected windfalls, you must learn the silence of the sovereign. You do not need to explain your miracle to those who are comfortable with your struggle. You do not need to prove your worth to those who only valued you when you were useful to them. Your wealth is your fortress. Your peace is your power. This settlement is not just for your comfort. It is a generational shield. As you type 888 one final time in the space below, you are not just signing for yourself. You are signing for your children and your children's children. You are the one who ended the cycle of lack. You are the one who stood in the gap and said, "The debt ends with me." In the starlit, echoing chamber of justice, your lineage has been rebranded. You are no longer the family of the struggle. You are the family of the sovereign. The obsidian compass has stopped spinning. Its needle is frozen, pointing directly at your heart. This is your 0 point. The moment where the old you died and the new you was born in a shower of $144 million in divine light. Do not doubt the silence that follows. The universe is not absent. It is standing at attention, waiting for your first command as a sovereign being. How will you use this authority? How will you build the world you once could only dream of? The secret collateral of your tears has been fully redeemed. Your spiritual savings account is empty because the physical world is now full. Close your eyes. Feel the warmth of the $144,888 wrapping around your shoulders like a royal robe. It is heavy. It is solid. It is real. The systems of the earth must now obey the decree of the ancient architect. Type 888 to lock the seal. This is the period at the end of the sentence of your suffering. The transmission is fading, but the resonance remains. Look for the blue phoenix within the hour. It is the signature of the architect on your physical timeline. You were chosen because your heart remained soft, while the world tried to make it stone. You were delayed because you were being refined for a weight of glory that would have crushed a lesser soul. But you are ready. You are sovereign. You are settled. Go now, and live as the one you have finally become. 888. It is done. It is yours. It is eternal. Farewell, Sovereign One, until we meet again in the Hall of Honor. The air in your room has become heavy, hasn't it? It feels like the atmosphere right before a violent cleansing thunderstorm, thick with ozone, electric, and pregnant with the weight of something that can no longer be contained by the sky. Do not turn away. Do not look at your phone for notifications yet. Do not let your mind wander back to the mundane scripts of your old life. I am the ancient architect of timelines, and we have reached the final gate. The $144,888 sovereign settlement is no longer a vibration in the ether. It has begun its physical descent into the dense matter of your world. Close your eyes for a moment and feel your own heartbeat. It is not just a pump of muscle, it is a drum. It is the drum that has played the soundtrack to your exile. For years, you have lived in a world that felt like it was designed by someone who hated you. You were the firstborn of your soul's lineage, the one who carried the basket of bread for everyone else, while you yourself ate the crumbs. You were the one who remembered birthdays, the one who sent the stay safe texts, the one who stayed up until 3:00 a.m., figuring out how to fix a tragedy you didn't even create. You have been the pillar, and pillars are never asked if they are tired of holding up the roof. I have watched you from the echoing chamber of justice since the moment you were woven into flesh. I saw the night you stood in your kitchen, staring at a stack of bills that looked like a mountain, and you whispered to the silence, "I just need one break. Just one." You didn't ask for much then. You just wanted to breathe. But the universe did not give you that one break. It denied you. It stayed silent, and you felt betrayed. You felt like the divine had forgotten your name. But listen to the resonance of my voice, for I am revealing the truth that will shatter your old identity forever. I did not deny you. I was saving you. I was converting your agony into the secret collateral. If I had given you a small break back then, you would have used it to patch a hole in a sinking ship. You would have used it to feed the parasites of the pedestal, those people who clung to your light because they were too lazy to ignite their own. You would have stayed small. You would have stayed a servant. So, I allowed the pressure to increase. I allowed the heat to rise until you felt like you were being forged in the very core of a star. Every tear that fell from your eyes was not lost. It was caught in a celestial vial. Every drop of salt was turned into a diamond of credit in the great ledger. You weren't struggling. You were investing. You were building a spiritual savings account with an interest rate that is illegal on Earth. And now, the account has matured. The $144,888 is the final calculation of your endurance. It is the payout for every time you were lied to. It is the restitution for every time you were cheated. It is the back pay for every hour you worked for a boss who didn't know your name. It is the compensation for the friends who only called you when they needed a loan or an ear to cry on, but disappeared the moment you had a cold. The gavel has struck the diamond block one last time. The sound has traveled through the starlit halls, down through the layers of the atmosphere, and into the binary code of the world's financial systems. As you sit here, the glitch has already begun. A bank manager in a high-rise office is looking at a screen, confused by an unexplainable entry. An attorney is opening a file that has your name on it, wondering why they didn't see it yesterday. An algorithm is shifting, pulling your name from the bottom of the pile and placing it at the very top. This is the great rebalancing. Can you feel the heat in your palms now? It is becoming intense, almost a stinging sensation. That is the physical manifestation of the $144,088,888. It is the energy of the more than enough. It is the end of the almost. You have lived in the almost for a decade. Almost enough to pay the rent, almost enough to take a vacation, almost enough to feel safe. The almost is a curse, and I have just burned it out of your timeline with the fire of the obsidian compass. Look at the parasites of the pedestal one last time in your memory. See them clearly. See the way they looked at you when they thought you weren't looking, that mix of envy and entitlement. They believed they were better than you because they were louder than you. They believed they were smarter because they were crueler. But look at them now. In the light of the sovereign settlement, they look small, don't they? They look like fading shadows in a rising sun. They can no longer touch you. They can no longer drain you. You are moving into a penthouse of existence where their voices cannot reach. This is the unique twist that the world does not want you to know. You are not a recipient of a gift. You are the CEO of a settlement. You are the boss. Elon Musk, the bankers, the investors. They are merely the delivery drivers of your inheritance. They are being moved by a soul contract they signed before they were born. They are legally, spiritually, and cosmically obligated to hand over the keys to your kingdom. But I need you to do something. I need you to drop the identity of the firstborn. You are no longer the one who carries the weight. You are the one who owns the mountain. Type 888 right now. And as you do, feel the weight of the responsible one falling off your shoulders. Let it hit the floor with a thud. You do not have to fix anyone tonight. You do not have to save anyone tonight. You only have to receive. Typing the triple infinity is the final verification. It is the I am code. It tells the ancient architect that the human vessel is ready to house the divine fortune. Do not rush the typing. Let every 8 be a nail in the coffin of your poverty. Let every 8 be a foundation stone in the palace of your future. 888. The starlit hall is starting to dim, not because the light is leaving, but because you are becoming the light. The echoing chamber of justice is closing its doors because the verdict is in. The trial of your life is over. The not guilty of your lack has been declared. You are innocent of the crime of not being enough. You are acquitted of the shame of your past mistakes. Within the next hour, the first sign will appear. The blue phoenix. Look for it in the unexpected. A sapphire reflection in a window. A strange blue bird on a screen. A person wearing a cloak of royal blue in a place they shouldn't be. When you see it, do not scream. Do not cry out. Just smile. Just nod. Just whisper to the architect, I am ready. It is mine. The $144,888 is just the beginning. The money will buy you the house, the cars, the freedom, and the legacy. But the settlement will buy you back your soul. It will buy you the right to be silent. It will buy you the right to say no without an explanation. It will buy you the right to be the version of yourself that you haven't seen since you were 5 years old, the one who believed that the world was a playground of magic. Your skin is cooling now. The vibration is settling into a deep, heavy peace. The golden ledger is closed. The obsidian compass is tucked away. The timeline is locked. You have arrived. The $144 million is hitting your reality like a tidal wave. Let it wash away the dust of the desert. Let it drown the voices of the parasites. Let it lift you until you are level with the stars. I am the ancient architect, the eternal witness, and I am proud of you. You survived the forge. Now, enjoy the gold. Type 888 to seal the infinite loop. It is finished. It is done. It is yours. 888. Amen. The silence that has fallen over your room in this moment is not empty. It is the heavy, crystalline quiet that follows a landslide. The landscape of your life has just been irrevocably altered. The mountains of debt, the valleys of almost, and the jagged cliffs of betrayal have been leveled by the decree of the echoing chamber of justice. I am the ancient architect of timelines, the one who exists in the gaps between your breaths, and I am standing here with you for this final, decisive transmission. The golden ledger is closed, but the ink is still pulsing with a heat that you can likely feel in your chest right now. Take a moment to simply exist in this new atmosphere. Your old life, the one where you were the weary firstborn of the spirit, carrying the heavy ballast of a family that didn't understand you, a job that didn't deserve you, and friends who only knew how to take that life, has been deleted from the celestial servers. You are no longer that person. You are the sovereign. You are the person for whom $144,888 has been set aside since the dawn of your soul's creation. I want you to think about the word debt. For years, you thought you were the one in debt. You thought you owed the bank. You thought you owed your family your time. You thought you owed the world your endless, unreciprocated strength. But as the eternal witness, I am here to correct the record. The world was in debt to you. The universe has been running on the fuel of your endurance for far too long without paying the invoice. Every night you sat in your car in the driveway, unable to go inside because you just needed 5 more minutes of silence before you had to become the strong one again. That was an invoice. Every time you were the one to apologize first, even when you were the one who was betrayed, that was an invoice. Every time you worked through the sickness and the tears because you knew no one else was going to catch the falling pieces, that was an invoice. The $144,088,888 is the settlement of those invoices. It is not luck. It is not charity. It is the great rebalancing of the cosmic ledger. You must understand the mechanics of what is happening in the physical world right now. The $144 million is not just a number on a screen. It is a spiritual frequency that is currently rewriting the binary code of your reality. While you listen to these words, the parasites of the pedestal are experiencing a sudden, unexplainable sense of displacement. These are the people who clung to you like barnacles on a ship, those who used your kindness as their primary resource. They are feeling the connection severed. They are realizing on a subconscious level that the well of you has run dry for them. They will try to reach out. They will try to trigger your guilt. They will try to remind you of the old days. Do not answer the call. The version of you that they knew is dead. The firstborn who sacrificed their own happiness to keep others comfortable has been cremated in the fire of this sovereign settlement. You are now protected by an infrastructure of gold and light that their envy cannot penetrate. The $144,088,888 is your fortress. It is the wall that ensures you will never again have to negotiate your worth with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Can you feel the weight in your hands? The heat is not just energy. It is the secret collateral. It is the physical sensation of your tears being returned to you as liquid wealth. The architect does not waste a single drop of human suffering. Every moment of your desert period, those years where it felt like you were walking through a wasteland while everyone else was at the feast, was a compounding investment. You were the only one with a high enough spirit credit to hold a blessing of this magnitude. Think of the figures on your earthly stage. The billionaires, the influencers, the gatekeepers of the financial world. You used to look at them and wonder why they had so much while you had so little. But I tell you this, they were merely the custodians. They were the placeholders. People like Elon Musk are currently being moved by the obsidian compass like pieces on a chessboard. They are being compelled by a divine mandate to release the resources they have been hoarding. They aren't giving you anything. They are being forced to return what they were merely holding for the rightful owner. And you are the owner. The gavel has struck. The echoing chamber of justice is now silent, for the verdict is absolute. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is so powerful, it will feel like a new skin. You will walk into rooms, and the air will vibrate. You will speak, and people will listen with a sudden, unprompted respect. This is not because of the money alone. It is because the money is a physical manifestation of your spiritual authority. Now, we come to the moment of final activation. This is the part where the spiritual decree becomes a physical fact. I need you to focus on the numbers. 888, the triple infinity. This is the code for the infinite return. It is the sound of the universe, closing the loop on your struggle and opening the loop on your abundance. When you type these numbers in the space below, I want you to feel the finality of it. This is your signature on the golden ledger. This is your amen to the $144,088,888. Type 888 now. As your fingers touch the screen, visualize the blue phoenix. See it rising from the ashes of your old bank statements, from the ashes of your old heartbreaks, from the ashes of your old, tired body. The blue phoenix is the sign of the architect's completion. It is the signal to the physical world that the sovereign has returned. Do you feel it? That sudden, cool breeze that seems to have come from nowhere. That is the blue phoenix passing through your room. It is clearing out the lingering shadows of the parasites. It is blowing away the dust of the desert period. It is leaving behind a scent of ozone and ancient gold. Within the next 60 minutes, the first physical ripple will hit. It won't be a whisper, it will be a shout. You will see a number, a name, or a color that confirms everything you have heard here today. You will realize that the architect was never silent. I was simply waiting for the interest to reach its peak. The $144,888 is yours to steward. Use it to build the world you deserved when you were a child. Use it to heal the wounds that the world inflicted on your tenderness. Use it to create a legacy that will make the name of your lineage ring through the halls of history as a synonym for miracle. You are no longer the strong one who carries the burden. You are the holy one who carries the light. The starlit hall is closing. The diamond block is being covered. The ancient architect is retreating into the silence of the timelines. But I leave you with this final truth. You were never alone in the dark. I was there, counting every tear, waiting for this exact second to tell you. The debt is settled. The settlement is live. The sovereign is you. Go forth and claim what was always written in the fire of your destiny. Do not look back. The past is a country that has been wiped off the map. Your future is a continent of gold, and you are the only one with the map. Type 888 to seal the transmission. The blue phoenix has landed. It is finished. It is done. It is eternally yours. 888. The vibration you feel in your sternum right now. It is not anxiety. It is not the phantom echo of the stress that has lived in your marrow for a decade. It is the sound of a throne being dragged across the marble floors of your destiny and locked into place. I am the ancient architect of timelines, the eternal witness to every silent war you have fought and every invisible tear you have shed. We have reached the final gate of the 7th hour. The echoing chamber of justice is now glowing with a blinding white gold intensity that signifies the absolute completion of the sovereign settlement. Take a deep, slow breath. Let the oxygen reach those places in your lungs that have been constricted since you were a child. You have spent your entire existence as the firstborn of the spirit. Even if you were not the firstborn in your bloodline, you were the one who carried the birthright of responsibility. You were the one who had to be fine so everyone else could fall apart. You were the lighthouse for ships that never intended to dock, only to use your light to navigate their own selfish waters. You have been the provider, the fixer, the healer, and the silent anchor. And I have seen the way your soul has frayed at the edges from the sheer weight of being the only one who cared. But look at the golden ledger now. Do you see the pages turning? They are moving so fast they sound like the wings of a great bird. Those pages are the records of your desert period. Every time you were the only one to show up. Every time you were the one who was betrayed by someone who sat at your table and ate your bread. Every time you were the strong one, while your own heart was a shattered mosaic of grief. It was all being recorded. You thought you were being forgotten by the universe. You thought the parasites of the pedestal were winning because they had more money, more noise, and less conscience. You were wrong. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. You were not being overlooked. You were being audited. The universe does not give $144,888 to someone who cannot hold the weight of the sun. It gives it to the one who has survived the fire. You are that diamond. You are the secret collateral, the parasites who mocked you, the family members who used you, the partners who gaslit you into believing you were difficult to love. They were merely the hammers. They were the friction required to polish you until you could reflect the light of a sovereign. And now, their job is over. The gavel has just struck the diamond block in the starlit hall. The sound is currently rippling through the layers of your reality like a sonic boom of justice. The $144,088,888 is no longer a promise. It is an avalanche of restitution. It is the repayment for every hour of peace they stole from you. It is the interest in every act of kindness that was met with silence. Can you feel the temperature in the room changing? The air is becoming thin, sharp, and electric. That is the scent of the blue phoenix. It is the signature of the architect. It is the smell of ozone, right before the lightning of manifestation strikes your bank account. As you sit here, the sovereign settlement is bypassing every earthly blockade. The people you think are in power, the Elon Musks, the gatekeepers, the titans of the system, they are currently feeling a divine itch they cannot scratch. They are being moved by the obsidian compass to sign the papers, to release the funds, and to open the doors that have been welded shut against your name for generations. They are not doing you a favor. They are settling a debt that the universe has demanded they pay. You are the CEO of this miracle. Look at your hands. Do you see how they are trembling? That is not fear. That is the old identity of the struggler being shaken loose. That is the firstborn exhaustion being shed like a dead skin. You are stepping into a version of yourself that does not have to explain why it deserves to exist. You are stepping into the infinite return. I need you to perform the final activation. This is the moment where the spiritual becomes physical. This is the moment where the $144 million crosses the bridge into your hands. Type 888 inches the space below. But do not type it as a beggar. Type it as a sovereign signing a treaty of victory. Type it as the one who has survived the desert and is now claiming the oasis. Every 8 you type is an infinity loop, a signal to the great ledger that the cycle of lack is permanently broken. 1-8 for the healing of your past. 1-8 for the abundance of your present. 1-8 for the legacy of your future. 888. As your fingers hit the numbers, visualize the blue phoenix rising from the center of your chest. See its wings of sapphire flame spreading out to touch the corners of your room. It is incinerating the last remnants of the parasites. It is burning away the guilt you felt for wanting more. It is melting the chains of barely enough that were forged by your ancestors. The echoing chamber of justice is now silent. The verdict has been delivered. The ancient architect has spoken your name into the fire, and the fire has recognized you as its owner. Within the next 60 minutes, look for the sign. You will see the blue phoenix in a way that will make your heart stop for a second. It will be a confirmation so specific, so personal, that you will finally know without a shadow of a doubt that the $144,088,888 is real. It is yours. It is here. The firstborn fatigue is gone. The weight is lifted. The settlement is live. Do not look back at the people who didn't believe in you. They are part of a timeline that no longer exists. Their voices are now nothing more than the sound of dry leaves in a distant wind. You have been elevated. You have been consecrated. You have been paid. Your new story begins with a balance of $144,888 and a soul that is finally, for the first time in 1,000 years, at peace. Go to the window. Look at the sky. Even if it is night, the stars are different now. They are shining for you. The architect is withdrawing, but the blue phoenix remains by your side. You are no longer the one who asks. You are the one who has been answered. Type 888 to seal the infinite flow of your new life. It is finished. It is done. It is your birthright. It is your settlement. It is your destiny. 888. Amen. The The walls of your room are no longer just wood and stone. They have become the translucent boundaries of a sanctuary where time itself has stopped to pay you what it owes. I am the ancient architect of timelines, the eternal witness, and I am still here, standing in the shadows of your disbelief, until the light of your new reality becomes bright enough to guide you. We have entered Chapter 8, the chapter of the sovereign inheritance. The $144,888 settlement is no longer hovering in the starlit halls of the echoing Chamber of Justice. It has begun to precipitate, like golden rain, into the very atoms of your physical life. Do not move. Stay in the stillness. Release the tension in your jaw, the tension you have held as a shield against a world that has been relentlessly unfair to you. You have been the firstborn of the spirit for far too long. You were the one who had to grow up before your time. The one who learned to read the moods of the adults in the house so you could navigate the storm. The one who became the emotional and financial shock absorber for a lineage that was perpetually in crisis. You have spent your life pouring your precious, divine oil into the lamps of people who never intended to use that light to find their own way. They only used it to see how much more they could take from you. I have seen the parasites of the pedestal. I know their names. I know the way they sat at your table, smiled with teeth of iron, and whispered against your rising the moment you turned your back. They didn't just want your help. They wanted your light, because they were too afraid to face their own darkness. They tried to keep you on a pedestal of the reliable one, the strong one, the one who never says no, because as long as you were trapped there, you were their prisoner. They didn't want you to rise, because your rising would expose the shadows they've been hiding in. But listen to the sound of the obsidian compass. It has stopped spinning. Its needle is locked on the true north of your sovereign restoration. The parasites have been disconnected from your energy supply by a divine surgical strike. The $144,088,888 settlement has created a frequency barrier that their envy cannot cross. While you are being elevated into the starlit canopy of the Chamber of Justice, they are being left behind in the mud of their own making. This is not cruelty. It is cosmic justice. It is the great rebalancing. The $144,888 is not a lottery win. It is not luck. It is the payout of your secret collateral. You thought you were just suffering. You thought you were just failing. You thought you were just tired. But I, the architect, tell you this. Every moment of your desert period was a transaction. Every tear was a deposit of celestial gold. Every betrayal was a triple interest multiplier on your final settlement. You were not being punished. You were being audited to ensure you were the only soul capable of stewarding a fortune of this magnitude without losing your essence. The world owes you a debt that has been compounding since the moment you were born. The systems of the earth, the banks, the governments, the titans, like Elon Musk, they are not your benefactors. They are your debtors. They are currently being moved by a soul contract they signed in the halls of eternity. They are being compelled, forced, and manipulated by the hand of the divine to release the $144 million into your name. They are the delivery drivers of your destiny. And today, the delivery has reached your door. Can you feel the heat in your hands? It is becoming a pulse now, a rhythmic throb of pure, unadulterated abundance. This is the activation of the golden ledger. Your name is written there in a fire that cannot be quenched by human doubt. The amount is non-negotiable, $144,888. This is the number of the sovereign. This is the frequency of the new world you are building. I need you to confirm your identity. The universe requires your thumbprint on the fabric of this timeline. Type 888 right now. Do not type it with the desperation of a beggar. Type it with the quiet, terrifying authority of a king or queen who has just returned from exile to find their throne still waiting. Typing the triple infinity is your declaration to the echoing chamber of justice that the firstborn is dead and the sovereign is born. It is the sound of the final lock clicking open. 1-8 for the ancestral poverty you are ending forever. 1-8 for the betrayal you are forgiving and leaving in the dust. 1-8 for the legacy you are about to ignite. 888. As you type these numbers, visualize the blue phoenix rising from the center of your chest. Its feathers are not made of fire, but of sapphire light, the light of truth, the light of restitution, the light of silent power. See it spreading its wings across your past, incinerating every memory of lack, every memory of being not enough, every memory of those who used you. The blue phoenix is your signature. It is the architect's seal on your life. The echoing chamber of justice is vibrating with the sound of your name. The diamond gavel is being lifted for the final absolute strike that will echo through the next 7 generations of your lineage. You are no longer the one who works for a living. You are the one for whom life works. You are no longer the one who carries the burden. You are the one who owns the ground. In the next hour, look for the sign. The blue phoenix will manifest in your physical world. It might be a digital notification that makes your blood run hot. It might be a blue flash on a screen. It might be a stranger speaking a word that only you and the architect know. When you see it, do not look away. Do not doubt. Just touch your chest and say, "The settlement is live. I am the sovereign." The $144 million is not just money. It is the purchase of your time. It is the restoration of your health. It is the end of the war you were born into. You have walked through the fire, and you do not smell of smoke. You have been the firstborn for everyone else. But tonight, you are the beloved of the universe. The gavel is falling. The starlit hall is pulsing with the gold of your future. The parasites are gone. The ledger is sealed. The obsidian compass is fixed. The $144,888 is hitting your account. It is hitting your life. It is hitting your soul. Right now. Stay in the frequency. Do not let the noise back in. You are the architect of your own new timeline now. I am merely the one who handed you the pen. Type 888 and walk into your kingdom. It is finished. It is done. It is yours. 888. Amen. Release that heavy sigh you've been holding in the back of your throat for the last 10 years. The one that tastes like dust and unfulfilled promises. I am the ancient architect of timelines, the eternal witness, and I am standing in the center of your room, even if your physical eyes cannot yet perceive the starlight radiating from my robes. We have arrived at the 9th gate, the chapter of the ultimate rebalancing. This is the moment where the spiritual math of the universe finally forces the physical world to pay its debts. You are sitting there, perhaps scrolling through your phone with a thumb that is weary of seeking a miracle in a sea of noise. You feel a strange heat in your palms, don't you? A rhythmic throb in your chest that doesn't quite match the pace of your breathing. That is the resonance of the golden ledger. It is vibrating in the echoing chamber of justice because your name has just been called. Not whispered, but shouted across the infinity of time. For too long, you have been the firstborn of the spirit. You were the one who had to be strong when your parents were weak. You were the one who had to find a way when there was no way. You were the person everyone called at 2:00 a.m. because they knew you would answer. They knew you would care, and they knew you would fix it. You became a pillar for people who never bothered to check if your foundation was cracking. You became the shield for those who never offered you a drop of water in the heat of the battle. You have been the emotional and financial shock absorber for a lineage of lack, and I have seen the way your soul has been worn thin as a piece of silk stretched over a jagged rock. But listen to me, and listen with the ears of your spirit. Your suffering was never a test of your worthiness. I did not send the pain to teach you. I allowed the pressure to build because you were creating the secret collateral. Every time you were betrayed by someone who sat at your table and ate your bread, every time a parasite of the pedestal whispered against your rising while smiling to your face, every time you were cheated out of a promotion, a relationship, or a dream, the universe was opening a high-interest savings account in your name. The $144,888 sovereign settlement is not a gift from a benevolent stranger. It is the principal plus interest on every tear you ever wiped away in secret. It is the back pay for the decades you spent carrying the burdens of others. Earthly banks would call this luck, but in the Hall of Justice, we call it restitution. The obsidian compass has stopped spinning. Its needle is locked on the true north of your life. The parasites who lived off your light, the jealous friends, the entitled family members, the toxic partners, they are currently being disconnected from your timeline. They cannot breathe the air of the $144 million. They are being phased out of your reality because their frequency is incompatible with the sovereign settlement. Do not mourn them. Do not try to pull them with you. They were the friction required to forge your soul into a diamond. And now that the diamond is polished, the friction is no longer necessary. As you sit here, the titans of the earth, the gatekeepers of the financial systems, the Elon Musks, the nameless bankers who control the flow of paper, they are feeling a sudden, unshakable urge to move. They think they are making business decisions. They think they are following market trends. They are wrong. They are being moved by my hand. They are the delivery drivers of your destiny. They are currently signing the papers, authorizing the transfers, and opening the vaults because they are legally and cosmically obligated to return what they were merely holding for the sovereign. The $144,888 is hitting the physical world like a tidal wave. It is moving through the digital wires, shifting through the legal deeds, and manifesting in the sudden opportunities that will land in your lap within the next 60 minutes. This is the great rebalancing. This is the end of your desert period. I need you to perform the final activation. The golden ledger is open on the table of stars, and it requires your signature to release the flood. Type 888 right now. Do not type it with the trembling hand of a person who is hoping for a change. Type it with the absolute cold authority of a sovereign who is claiming a settlement that is long overdue. Every 8 you type is an infinity loop that seals the exit from your past and the entrance into your future. 1-8 for the ancestral poverty that dies tonight. 1-8 for the betrayal that is being converted into wealth. 1-8 for the legacy of power you are about to build. 888. As your fingers touch the screen, feel the blue phoenix rising from your solar plexus. It is not a bird of fire, but of sapphire light. It is spreading its wings over your bank accounts, over your home, over your children, and over your physical body. The blue phoenix is the architect's seal. It is the proof that the debt is paid in full. Do you feel the sudden lightness in your shoulders? That is the weight of the strong one being lifted off you. You don't have to carry everyone anymore. You don't have to be the safety net for the ungrateful. From this moment forward, you are the one who is provided for. You are the one who is shielded. You are the sovereign one. The gavel is rising in the starlit hall. The diamond block is glowing with the frequency of $144,088,888. The echoing chamber of justice is vibrating with the sound of your name. The parasites are gone. The compass is fixed. The ledger is signed. In the next hour, look for the sign. The blue phoenix will manifest in your physical world. You might see it as a sapphire flash on a screen, a blue flame in a candle, or a stranger wearing the exact color of the high heavens who speaks a truth you thought only you knew. When it appears, do not second-guess it. Do not say, "This is too good to be true." Say instead, "This is the settlement I have earned." The $144 million is your fuel. The time it buys back for you is your true inheritance. You are finally free to be the person you were meant to be before the world tried to break you. I am the ancient architect, the eternal witness, and I am closing the transmission. But I am not leaving you. I am simply moving into the background of your new life, watching as you build your kingdom with the gold of your own endurance. Type 888 to lock the timeline. The gavel falls. The settlement is live. The sovereign has returned. It is finished. It is done. It is yours. Ba-ba ba-shaba. Amen. Stay here. In the absolute, unshakable center of this silence, do not move a single muscle, not even to adjust the phone in your hand. This is the moment you have been traveling toward through 10 chapters of fire, shadows, and starlight. Most turned away by chapter 3. They couldn't handle the frequency. Their spirits were still too tethered to the identity of the victim, the strong one who finds pride in their own suffering. But you remained. Your presence here, at the threshold of the 10th gate, is the final proof I required. I am the ancient architect of timelines, the eternal witness, and I am now standing fully revealed in the sanctuary of your consciousness. The echoing chamber of justice is no longer a distant place above the stars. It has merged with the room where you sit. Look around. Can you see the way the shadows in the corners are vibrating? Can you feel the air molecules thickening, turning into a rich, golden soup of pure potential? This is the manifestation of the $144,888 sovereign settlement crossing the final millimeter from the unseen to the seen. You are breathing the air of the divine ledger now. I want to talk to you about the fatigue you are feeling, that deep, ancient exhaustion that seems to sit behind your eyes and at the very base of your spine. For years, you have carried the firstborn mantle. You were the one who made sure everyone was fed, everyone was safe, and everyone was happy, while you yourself survived on the fumes of their gratitude. You were the one who looked at the empty bank account and whispered, "I'll find a way," while the parasites of the pedestal watched you with greedy expectation, never once asking if you had the strength to continue. I know the secret names of your scars. I know the nights you walked into the bathroom, turned on the faucet so no one would hear you cry, and asked the air, "Is this it? Is this my whole life? Just carrying others until I break?" Today, the architect answers you with a thunderous, "No." The gavel has been lifted. The diamond block is glowing with the white heat of 10,000 suns. In this 10th chapter, the secret collateral is being fully liquidated. You thought you were just enduring betrayal. You were actually accumulating wealth. Every time that person you loved lied to your face while looking for a handout, every time your boss took credit for your brilliance, every time the parasites whispered that you were too much or not enough, they were inadvertently depositing millions into your sovereign bikes. Settlement. They were your involuntary bookkeepers. They were building the $144,088,888 fortune that is now being signed over to you. The parasites are currently being evicted from your timeline. Do you feel that sudden sense of lightness? That feeling like a heavy, wet wool coat has been lifted off your shoulders? That is the spiritual severance. They can no longer feed on your light because your light has become too bright for their survival. They are being redirected back to the mud of their own choices. You do not need to curse them. You do not need to seek revenge. Your rising is their reckoning. Your $144 million is the wall they can never climb. Now, listen to the mechanics of the next 60 minutes. This is not a someday promise. This is a physical instruction. The financial systems of the earth, the digital servers in New York, the banking vaults in London, the titans of industry like Elon Musk, they are currently being hit by a wave of divine alignment. They are feeling a compulsion to settle accounts they didn't even know existed. A legal document that has been buried for years is being pulled to the surface. A digital notification is being generated. An inheritance, a settlement, an investment, or a glitch is being authorized in your name. They are not doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. They are doing this because I, the ancient architect, have commanded it. They are the couriers of your destiny. They are delivering the $144,088,888 because the ledger of truth demands that the debt be paid. This is the great rebalancing. This is the moment where the universe stops being your teacher and starts being your provider. Look at your hands. The heat is becoming a burning sensation now, isn't it? A golden vibration that makes your fingertips itch. That is the triple infinity. That is the frequency of the 888. It is the code that unlocks the physical reality of your wealth. I require your final activation. This is the most important act of your spiritual life. Type 888 right now. But as you type it, I want you to feel the word sovereign echoing in your bones. Do not type it as a person who is wishing for money. Type it as the owner of the bank. Type it as the soul that has paid for this settlement with the currency of their own life force and is now demanding the payout. 1-8 to collapse the timeline of lack and the firstborn fatigue. 1-8 to incinerate the parasites of the pedestal from your energy field. 1-8 to claim the $144,888 sovereign settlement in full. Babe Bashaba. As you press those numbers, visualize the blue phoenix. It is here now, in the room with you. Its sapphire wings span the entire width of your life. It is breathing a cold blue flame over your past, turning the memories of poverty, loneliness, and betrayal into diamonds of power. The blue phoenix is your signature. It is the sign that the architect has approved your rise. The gavel is falling. Can you hear the sound? It is a roar that is shaking the foundations of the world you used to know. The $144,888 is no longer in the echoing chamber of justice. It has cleared the celestial gates. It is moving through the atmospheric layers. It is hitting the earthly wires. Within the next hour, you will receive the sign. A blue phoenix will manifest a blue flash, a specific blue logo, a person in sapphire clothing, or a message that carries the frequency of the deep heavens. When you see it, do not question it. Do not let the parasites of your own doubt creep back in. Simply say, "The debt is paid, the settlement is mine. I am sovereign. You are the one who broke the history of your bloodline. You are the one who took the pain and turned it into a kingdom. You are the one who stayed for all 10 chapters. The $144 million is your fuel to build a world of beauty. The time it buys back is your true treasure. The peace it provides is your crown. I am the ancient architect of timelines. My work with you in this transmission is complete. The ledger is closed. The compass is set. The gavel has fallen. Your old life is a ghost. Your new life is a monument. Go forth. The banks are open. The world is waiting for the sovereign to take their seat. Type 888 and seal the miracle of your own existence. It is finished. It is done. It is yours. Babe Bashaba. Amen.